Hello everyone. Today we cover a topic that comes under midwifery and obstetrical nursing as well as community health nursing. The topic is high risk pregnancy. High risk pregnancy, it is one factor or more than one factor adversely affects the maternal and perinatal outcome. Or other definition is high risk pregnancy, it is the risk of pregnant mother, fetus or newborn that will have a problem because of the present pregnancy leads to increased risk of maternal morbidity mortality, perinatal morbidity mortality. Incidence, if you see, maternal mortality and morbidity is lesser in the developed countries than the developing country. So, among 1 in 70 pregnancy, one maternal death will takes place in the developed country and that is a developing country, and 1 in 7,300, that is one pregnant mother will die in 7,300 pregnancy in developed country. So, there is a wide variation is there, and as a developing country in our India, annually 6 lakhs women are dying in the age group of 19 to 49 with the problems complicating during pregnancy and the labor. Each minute, if you see, one maternal death can be identified. And 80% of the maternal death can be prevented, and when we are going with early detection and proper monitoring and close observation care for the pregnant mothers. And same like that 70% of perinatal mortality occurs due to the problem of asphyxia neonatum before the onset of the labor, and 20% also causes of stillbirth, bad obstetrical histories, and this can also be prevented with identification of high risk pregnancy with the help of high risk approach. Next we will see according to WHO what are the high risk pregnancies. So, first one is the woman having short stature, so less than 145 centimeter according to Indian nature. Second one is weight of the women less than 40 kg, then it is malnutrition, more than 70 kg, then it is obesity, and the BMI is BMI should be less than 24. If it is more than 24, obesity will be there. And grand multipara, more number of children the women have, and elderly primate. So, age is more than 30 years, and adolescent pregnancy if it is less than 18 years of pregnancy. And the women have very close pregnancy. So, when first pregnant, immediately within 6 months or 1 year second pregnancy. And next one is the women having problem of anemia, very important problem, and present pregnancy such as women have multiple pregnancy, more than one fetus, polyhydramnios, excessive amniotic fluid, and the women have the history of threatened abortion and antepartum hemorrhage, that is abruptio placenta, premature separation of placenta from the uterine cavity, placenta previa if the placenta is located in the lower uterine segment, and women have prolonged pregnancy, and next the women have any history of intrauterine death, stillbirth, manual removal of the placenta. Women have any history of operative deliveries such as cesarean section, vacuum delivery, forceps delivery, any bad obstetrical history is there the women. And next, present medical illness such as women have diabetic mellitus, hypertension, then next chronic kidney diseases, thyroid diseases, women have any viral infections, epilepsy, seizure, psychiatric illness. Then next, women have present pregnancy pre-eclampsia, that is hypertension, edema with or without proteinuria, and eclampsia. Eclampsia means pre-eclampsia associated with seizures or convulsions. And the women have any RH incompatibility and precious pregnancy of infertility treatment, and the women, so these are the women are considered as a high risk pregnancy women. So, next one is high risk approach. It is a best beneficial and manager tool to assess the high risk pregnancy, and the complications can be prevented and proper care can be given. And how high risk approach. So first, before going high risk approach, we will see what are the complications. Because of high risk pregnancy in the antenatal period, the pregnant women can go as maternal death, abortions, antepartum hemorrhage, bleeding, shock, disseminated intravascular coagulopathy, preterm labor. Then next, intrauterine fetal death. Next one is intranatal fetal distress, perinatal death, maternal death, shock, PPH, operative deliveries, and women have uterine rupture, incoordinate uterine actions, like that, so many problems. Then postpartum lactation failure, then next the women have puerperal sepsis, puerperal inversion of uterus, maternal psychiatric illness, so like that complications the women can get. Next, high risk approach. High risk approach, it is a very important need. We can go with a first visit and subsequent visit. First visit we can divide the women as normal antenatal women. Second one is high risk women. So high risk women needed referral services can be advised for the women, and early registration and prompt treatment, and they can in hospitalization and complete observation and special care can be given for the high risk women. So this is the most purpose for the high risk approach. So in the high risk approach, what are the components comes? First one is a history collection. So detailed history collection is needed, like a present pregnancy, what is the age of the women, what pregnancy, that is the first pregnancy, second pregnancy, how many children having, any bad obstetrical, LMP, EDD, obstetrical score, gestational age. So this can be collected. And next one is the women have a gynecological history. We can ask any natural conception, infertility treatment, menstrual, any fibroid is there, any surgical intervention has done for the women, and any failure of contraceptions is there, that we can assess. And next one is family history. So family history, like any multiple pregnancy in the family, any genetic or chromosomal illness in the family, any twins pregnancy in the family, any consanguineous marriages is there, that we can assess. And the next one is present medical illness like hypertension, diabetic mellitus, thyroid diseases, infectious diseases, tuberculosis, viral diseases can be assessed. Detail collect the history. So in present pregnancy we can ask any minor problems, any medical problems is there, any registration has done, what is the booking date, how the immunization status, that we can assess. And next one is we can go with physical examination. Physical examination, general assessment of the women, and vital signs, temperature, pulse, respiration, BP has to be monitored. And next one is height, weight, BMI, and we can go with head to foot assessment to see the anemic status, any pre-eclampsia, eclampsia, cardiopulmonary status, neurological status, orthopedic status can be assessed by the women. And next, abdominal obstetrical examination to assess the lie, presentation, position, fetal heart rate can be assessed. Next, pelvic examination to identify any cephalopelvic disproportion, contracted pelvis, pelvic adequacy, and vaginal examination to find out any bleeding, varicosities in the vagina, any abnormal findings, cervical dilatation, premature rupture of membrane can be assessed. And next, in the complete blood investigations, hemoglobin, hematocrit, RH factors, complete blood count, and any diseases is there, according to that they can assess the blood count. Then next, any viral infections, HIV, HBS has to be monitored. And next one is ultrasonography, MRI, Doppler to assess the maternal and fetal well-being. For the fetal well-being, fetal kick count, movement, FHR, by the NST, Doppler or fetoscope can be assessed, biophysical profile, and any biochemical tests such as amniocentesis, chorionic villus assembly, chordosynthesis. So these are the measures to identify fetal well-being. And triple test, quadruplet test, anything can be identified, any genetic or chromosomal abnormalities. Next one is prevention. Prevention, we have to go with proper antenatal care, then next high risk assessment, proper care for the proper health during the pregnancy, early identification and treatment of the complications to prevent the complication, and health education regarding the MCH and the family planning services. Next one is management. Simple checklist and tool assessment. It is the managerial tool to high risk pregnancy, close monitoring, complete observation and special care has to be given for the high risk mother. In that, first one is strengthening of the midwifery skills, community participation, utilization of the resources and referral services. Second one is training of all nursing personnel, midwifery skills, community residents and community health workers like ASHA and all to improve the midwifery skills. Next, training sections can be done, demonstration, conferences, teaching methods. This will improve the skills of the personnel. And next one is mock drill, that is in the hospital itself drill practices can be done in order to take care of the high risk pregnant mother. Second one is utilization of the community resources and community participation has to be done. And last one is resources from the governmental, non-governmental agencies can be taken for strengthening the high risk pregnancies. Next one is we have to improve the literacy status of the females, awareness about the MCH services, safe motherhood and family planning services in our India, and this can be strengthened in proper antenatal care. So, last one is all this emergency obstetrical care, strengthening of the skills of the midwiferys, proper detection of the high risk pregnancies and treating complications, we can reduce the maternal mortality rate. So, today class we have seen about what is high risk pregnancy, what are the a list of high risk pregnancies and high risk approach, then next prevention and management. So, today I am signing Mrs. Nima. Next video we will meet again.